Will, do you miss Japan? Because, you were there so often. How does it feel to not be there as often?
I keep telling my missus, like I really do miss it. I miss the camaraderie more or less. I miss the United Empire boys. I miss honestly some of the memories that I do have. And shout out to my boy Henare. But like we'd be in like this bumfuck nowhere town called Ehime, and nothing happens in Ehime. There is nothing. There's a castle, but other than that, there is nothing. And like your Wi-Fi box isn't working. So me and him would come downstairs in the hotel lobby, and we're going to walk in this direction, and we're just going to hope for the best. And like honestly, it would turn out to be like one of our best nights ever. And the fact that like I want to shout him out as well because Hanare's making his comeback. He was a part of my last match in New Japan in that crazy like cage of death match that we done, and the guy actually nearly died. Like he lost so much blood. I've never been more uncomfortable in a ring. Like I mean, one of these days I will tell that story about like how Henare nearly died in the New Japan ring on my last night there, and still had enough in him to slap the fuck out of Gabe Kidd, and not like Gabe Kidd made eye contact with everyone in that fucking room. Like it was insane. Henare honestly is a beast, and that he isn't human, man. Like I don't know what he was, but the amount of blood, like honestly. When his head was split open, I was the first guy that went over there, and he had his hands over his head, and he went, I think I'm going to die. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to die? I would take your hands away from your head, and I'm not even joking you. I could fit 4 fingers in his head. Like, it was so bad. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And they locked the cage door so he couldn't get out. So it was just a point where, like, I think he's going to die. Look.
So how long did he go like that with the split?
A table just got thrown at his head, Like, there was chaos. A table got thrown at his head, and like it just split. Honestly, it was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not even joking. The moment he put his hands away, my hands just were covered in blood. I couldn't believe it at all. And I was trying to put pressure on it. We had a trainer come into the cage to put pressure on it, and he just. The guy was an animal. He just put a fucking towel on his head and taped it up and got back in the ring.
Oh my God. That's just terrifying.
He's different. He's built different, man. He's the fucking toughest guy I've ever met in my entire life.
Damn, well, what a memory to leave off with, right? You ain't never going to forget that.
The funny bit was he came to dinner afterwards. He went to the hospital, got stitched up and came out for dinner.
No. You're like, you should be at home or something.
You should, but fuck me, the guy's a warrior. Those New Zealand boys are just built different.
Yeah, for reals. You're telling me. That's freaking awesome.